Hi guys, it's Robin from Roaming with Rover. Guess what we're going to do today? We're going to try and take these beautiful hanks of yarn and turn them into balls of yarn. I have a Stanwood Swift and I have this beautiful, it's a yarn baller from, I got it from Oregon, and it's right here. Hold on. Hang on. It's from the Oregon Woodworker. The Oregon Woodworker. And you shop online at www.yarnswifts.com. Now, I bought these 2 years ago, and they've been at my daughter's house in Texas, and I have not been able to get them up here, and I just got them up here. So I am finally going to be able to use these things. I've never done this before, and I'm very excited and very interested in doing this. I did a lot of research before I bought this, because I wanted a ball winder that would do a big amount. And I know you can find smaller ones, and I have smaller ones. But I wanted a ball winder that would do a large amount. I often buy big skeins of yarn, and I saw over and over that the ball winders that are out there would only do, sometimes even only a 50, maybe 100 gram skein. And even when I bought like let's say Red Heart Super Saver, you couldn't wind it on the regular size. This thing is supposed to be able to do 500 grams of yarn at a time. That would be 5 of these. We're not going to do that, but I'm going to try and do 2. So that would be a 200 gram ball of yarn, which would be really nice when you're working on a project. So let's see. Now this is a Stanwood Swift. So you take your yarn and you wrap it, this holds the yarn, and you feed it into the ball winder, and then you wrap it around there. So let's see how this works. Now, when I bought this, it came in a few pieces, but not a lot, and they even sent the screwdriver with it. So you put this piece onto a metal piece, you hooked the arms to the metal piece, and then I think you hooked the metal piece to the main plastic piece. That's all there was. Oh, and the cone. You put the cone on and turned it. It wasn't bad at all. And they even included the screwdriver to do it. And there's instructions, which were not great, and there's a video on YouTube. So it was not hard at all to put together. The Swift, there were no instructions at all, and I don't like that, but I figured it out. So it has a clamp with a wooden screw that you put in and attach it to the table. And then this turny thing allows you, and we got to do it right now, you take that, drop it on the floor. It's got a real short screw on it. So you take that, okay, let's start from the beginning. You take this out, and the Swift goes down. So you take your yarn and you remove the label, pull that out. And I watched videos to figure this out because there was no instructions. So you undo this, undo your twisty yarn. And sometimes these will have 3 or 4 little things to hold it together. This one has 1, this one has 2. So we're going to carefully set it down. And then you push this up just like an umbrella. In fact, I think these are called umbrella Swifts. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they are. So you just push this little thingy up, and you put this in, and then we're going to adjust it in a minute, so it doesn't have to be super tight. Okay, and then you take this, and you kind of wrap it around here. And I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but I don't know what it is. Because again, never done this before. Yikes. You know, those ladies on the shows always make it look so simple. Okay. There you this. Okay, stay. And then you go under here and you loosen this up and then you tighten it. Not super, super tight, but you want it so the yarn stays on there pretty firm while we're doing our little project. And let's just twist it up. I don't know if that's a thing or not. Okay, so we're going to cut this little band. That loosens that one. And then I'll cut this little band. And these are all twisted around inside to hold it together. Oh, and now this is, okay, so our string, the two ends of our string are tied together. So I'm just going to cut that. Okay. Okay, no, see, now this is kind of twisty. I have no idea. All right, so now we go over here to, so that's the Swift. Now we go over here to our ball winder, and you put that through one end, and you pick one of the, and I don't know if you're supposed to pick one or another. I'm just going to shove it through here. And I know you just put it through one. And then the guy in the video said he ties a knot on one end, that it just helps it stay in place. And there's two slots on here. I don't know if you can see this. There's two slots on here. And you just put this down over the slots, just like that. And then this becomes the center. Okay? And that's it. It's ready to go. Okay, let's see here. All right, are we ready? Are we ready? And now we just start turning. We just start turning this thing. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. All right, there it goes. It's working. It's making a ball. It's making a nice ball. It's quiet. It's very quiet. It's not shaking this thing at all. I just feel like I want to hold on to it. The Swift is doing great. The ball looks great. It doesn't say you have to go slow or anything, so I'm just gonna keep my speed up. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Swift is working good. It's keeping it nice and taut, as you can see, but it isn't, I mean, it's not like jerking, you know, like when you pull yarn out of your ball and you kind of jerk as you're pulling it. It's not doing that. It's keeping the tension nice and even. And you know, so one of the things that I have heard, some people like to get their yarn right away and ball it up immediately. And I have heard that that isn't good for your yarn, that puts extra tension on your yarn. And so it's not good to actually ball it up until you're getting ready to use it. This is the yarn that I'm going to use when I go on my trip in a couple of weeks, and that's why I'm balling it up now. Plus, I just got my ball winder and I wanted to play with it. There's that too. Look at that. This is really working great. There's no, it's super easy to turn. There's no drag on it. It's not hard. The handle's easy to hold on to. It's a nice size. I think if you had to do like 20 or 30 balls, it would get tiring after a while. Just like working on anything for a while would. But this is working out really, really, it's super smooth to turn. And you could set this up on either side, so you could use either arm. So if you had one arm or shoulder where you had problems with it, just set it up on the other side and do that. And also somebody told me that if it works better if you put the Swift a little lower than this, but this is working great. I'm not having any problems at all with it. So I don't know if that's a thing or not. Here we go, we're almost done. Wow, that just took us a couple of minutes. Almost done. So this is 100 grams, 400 yards. And look at that. That is a beautiful cake of yarn. Absolutely gorgeous. The Swift worked great. The yarn roller worked great. I'm so happy. Okay, I'm going to hook on my second ball of yarn, or my second skein of yarn. I'm going to pause you and just go again, and then when I'm just about done, I'll come back and we'll see what that looks like. I'm gonna pause you. Okay, we are back. So, I got me a chair. Now, we are at the very tail end of my second hank of yarn. So this is 200 grams. Let's just finish this off. 200 grams, which is about 800 yards of this beautiful yarn. Now this is a fingering weight yarn, although I think it's a little heavy for a fingering weight. That's what it says on the container. Okay, now, it said, I saw a trick, and it said you're supposed to take your label, and I want to fold it so I can see the information out the top of it. And then you tuck this down inside the middle, so when you're looking at it, you can see what you got. It doesn't want to tuck, probably because there's two of them, so it's tight. I think if there were just one label, it would fit right in there. If I pull it out now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to fold it the long way. Oh yeah, it goes right in there now. Perfect. Look at that. Okay. So there's my yarn. There's my label. There's my 200 gram ball of yarn. Look at that. And there's the information right there on my tag, so I can easily see what I've got going on here. So that will fit nicely. And I'm probably going to put this in a bag. Maybe not. Well, actually, no, I'm not, because this is going with me. So it's got a project right away. And there's the end of my yarn. So I am ready to go. Okay, so this was my Stanwood. I think it's an umbrella Swift. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And I got that from Knit Picks, and it comes in this nice little box. And when I bought it, I also bought a little carrying thing. I don't know how necessary that really was, but I bought it. A Yarn Swift case. And this is my, it said right on here, jumbo ball winder from the Oregon Woodworker, and it's www.yarnswift.com. Now I still had my order slip in my bag, and I paid about $55 for this ball winder. I don't remember what I paid for these, but going from memory, I think these run in the $50 range as well. I could be 100% wrong. And likely I bought it on sale because that's how I roll. These go on sale usually like Black Friday type thing. So you might want to keep an eye out for that. And then I paid shipping on top of that. They've got ball winders and yarn swifts and bags, and that's about it. They're very specialized, and I want to say this has a lifetime warranty. Yeah, so I'm loving this. Now I've got a whole bunch more yarn that I need to ball up, and that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed watching this and seeing how the jumbo winder works. I know there's a few videos out there about yarn winders. Again, I had never used one before. I was very, very curious to see how easy it was to work, how well it worked, and to see how the jumbo ball winder worked. That is a nice big ball of yarn. That's going to be super nice when you're working on a project. And I just did the magic knot connection, and so not a single knot in either of those skeins of yarn. So the only knot in there is the one that I just made to connect it together. Thank you guys ever so much for joining me today. Please give this video a like if you got anything out of it, and I'd love it if you would subscribe. We do have more videos coming. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. See if I can reach over and